No. Perfect. Maybe if this is your first time reaching out to someone, stay a little more neutral than signing off with love. Writing emails and meeting people online is just the social norm at this point. For the most part, any opportunity that any of us have ever been given has been initiated by reaching out. If that's the case, then reaching out to people is arguably one of the most important skills that you can have in order for you to put yourself in the position to succeed within your career. I've always felt like the skill that has set me apart from others was being able to reach out and get people's attention. It's what landed me in internship with Lil Dicky in college, how I meandered my way into the film industry, and how I've been able to sustain my freelance career so far. As someone who's starting to receive emails and messages from people all over the world, it stuns me how many people don't know how to reach out. So I want to help out the best that I can given my personal experience, so let's get into some tips on how you can effectively reach out to anyone. First things first, keep it short. Chances are the person that you're reaching out to is a very busy person and has a lot of other people reaching out to them as well. The moment that they open up your message and see the 8th Harry Potter novel is the moment that they're gonna immediately close that message and potentially never look at it again. If they are kind enough to still respond, chances are they probably didn't read your email or message, which is pretty counterproductive for you. I know it's so tempting to get into your life story, how you got started and what your dreams and aspirations are, but the most important part for you is to get to your point as soon as possible without losing anyone's attention. A short email with spaces between paragraphs, just a sentence or two in each paragraph, is much more digestible than, well, this. The next point is maybe the most important, and that is to give, not take. It's so important to remember that you are the person reaching out, which means that you are probably the person who's going to benefit the most between this potential relationship that you're looking to build. Because of this, it is absolutely pivotal for you to give value and expect absolutely nothing in return. This person doesn't owe you anything, and to that person, you are a total stranger, so if they feel like this person is just trying to take from them, they're going to immediately write you off. I'm a person who gives a lot of information and personal experiences through YouTube because I love helping others and I love having a community behind me. But it can be pretty stressful and overwhelming for someone like me when people are constantly reaching out, asking me, can you watch my video? I'd love for you to give me feedback here. How did you like this? What gear should I buy next? Can I pick your brain? And so on. As much as I love that people feel comfortable reaching out for me, it can be really draining when I'm constantly just giving and giving over and over again. Hey, sorry, just want to interrupt real quick. I realized after I filmed that and I put it into the edit, I was starting to sound like I was being ungrateful. And that is just like not the case at all because I'm so happy that people are finally reaching out to me. I think the point that I'm trying to make here is that, you know, for years I've been reaching out to people who have inspired me and people on YouTube. And now I'm finally like getting in this weird position where people are starting to reach out to me and I'm starting to see like how it feels to be that person who's being reached out to. And for me, I know how much I appreciate it when people just say thank you for what I gave them. And I know how I feel in the back of my head when people reach out and start asking more and more questions. And I feel like I'm just like giving and giving and giving, which I'm happy to do, but yeah. I feel like I'm like one of you guys, like finally in the position where people are reaching out to me, and I just felt like it was important to like communicate like what it's like to be the person who's being reached out to so that you know how to reach out to that person better. If that makes sense. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not ungrateful at all. Like I love you guys and appreciate you guys, but back to the video. Now, it's definitely okay for when you're reaching out to someone, leave them a link to your work so that they have a better understanding of who you are and the work that you're doing and where you are in the stages of your career. But it's not okay to be demanding people to give you feedback. So what sort of value should you be offering the people that you're reaching out to? The value that you're giving will come in all different shapes and sizes depending on the person that you're reaching out to. If it's a person you admire, let them know how thankful you are and how they've inspired you. And that is value in itself. for that person. If it's a director you want to do DP work for, offer to take that director out for lunch. If it's a production company that you want to work for, offer to shoot BTS photos or video for them or assist on set for free. If it's a prospective company that you want to gain as a client, maybe reach out to them with a project idea or create a project yourself and give it to them for free. For people who've been following me for a while, this little anecdote you're probably sick of, but back in the day, a couple years ago, I made a fake Jeep commercial and I pitched that commercial along with a little campaign deck that I made to Jeep. They ended up saying no because it wasn't the right time for them, but they really enjoyed it. And even though they said no, that was one step closer to a connection with working with Jeep and their advertising firm. But the main point here is that you need to be able to put your ego to the side and offer value before you can expect anything in return. The next thing is just to be a human being and be personable. Does anyone actually ever enjoy reading formal emails? Like, it's so trite and boring. Like, we're humans, we want to be entertained, not bored. All day, people's brains are just automating these predictable emails. Be the email that ends up in their inbox and stops them dead in their tracks from how unique and excellent your email was. It's just like so apparent when people are just copying and pasting emails and sending it off like it's like a food chain. Don't do that. Take the time to get to know and understand the person that you're reaching out to and make it personable for that person. For me, I love when people reach out and acknowledge Sansa, my dog, because she's like the greatest thing that's ever happened to me, and I've loved talking about Sansa, and you're going to get a reaction out of me. Write how you would talk to someone. Don't write, hope this email finds you well. Like, that would never be something that you would say to someone in the wild. Not too long ago, someone emailed me a video of themselves just reaching out to say hey, say thank you, and to offer their assistance on any projects that I have coming up in the future. And for some reason, that video just like stands out to me so much more in my mind than any email I've ever received. Your goal here should be to make it impossible for someone to not respond to your message. So make sure you take risks and be a good, normal human being. And now I'll finish with this tip. It is important to remember that relationships take time to build. If someone is going to hire you to be a part of their project or whatever it may be that you're reaching out for, they need to be able to trust you, and trust doesn't just develop overnight. So it's totally okay if nothing comes from the first message or the first email. Follow that person on Instagram or social media and hype up whatever it is that they're doing all the time. This way, the next time that you do reach out to that person, they're able to make that connection and be like, oh, this person has followed me for a long time. This person is always supporting me. They're more inclined to give you a chance than someone who's just coming up out of the blue, out of cold water. One day that relationship might turn into something of value for you, but until that day, make sure you continue to give as much as you can and expect nothing in return, and just be patient. That's really it. Don't make typos, check your grammar, don't forget to write a subject line to your email. I can't believe like people don't do that sometimes. It's so like exhilarating to know that like a simple message to someone could potentially change your life. So make sure you're taking it seriously and you're putting your time and effort into reaching out to people, because you never know where it's gonna lead you. Yeah, I appreciate you watching as always, and I love you.